Islands have always fascinated us. Secluded from the rest of the world, these pockets of isolation have harbored some of the most unique and mysterious creatures on Earth. Today, we embark on a journey to some of the most remote islands in search of newly discovered species, creatures unlike any we've seen before. Could these be nature's hidden gems waiting to surprise us? Islands act like natural laboratories of evolution. Separated from the mainland, species evolve in isolation over millennia, often developing bizarre and unique traits. But why do islands produce such a diversity of life? In many cases, animals and plants have limited competition and predators, allowing them to experiment with forms and behaviors that would otherwise be unsustainable on the mainland. In the intricate dance of evolution, islands serve as unique laboratories where nature conducts its experiments. Among the myriad phenomena that arise in these isolated ecosystems, adaptive radiation stands out as a striking testament to life's resilience and creativity. Here, a single species can undergo a breathtaking transformation, branching out into multiple forms, each uniquely adapted to occupy specific ecological niches. This remarkable process reveals the sheer adaptability of organisms when faced with the challenges and opportunities presented by their environments. Take, for example, the diverse finches of the Galapagos Islands. These birds, descended from a common ancestor, illustrate adaptive radiation beautifully. As they spread across the islands, each finch species morphed in beak size and shape to exploit available food sources, from seeds to insects. This morphological specialization is not just a survival tactic, it's a vivid reminder of life's dynamic interplay with its surroundings. The finch's evolutionary journey encapsulates the essence of adaptive radiation, an artful response to ecological demands that fosters diversity within a lineage. But adaptive radiation is not solely confined to birds. Consider the wondrous array of cichlid fish found in African Great Lakes. With over 1,500 species exhibiting astonishing variety in form and function, cichlids epitomize the concept of niche diversification. Their evolutionary pathway showcases how geographical isolation can stimulate an explosive increase in diversity, as various forms emerge to fill distinct roles in the aquatic ecosystem. These vibrant fish have adapted to different diets, habitats, and mating strategies, leading to a rich tapestry of life that captivates scientists and nature lovers alike. One of the largest and most famous islands for new species discovery is Madagascar. Isolated for millions of years, its wildlife is like no other. Over 90% of its species are found nowhere else on Earth. In recent years, scientists have uncovered numerous new species, including bizarrely colored frogs and tiny dwarf lemurs. A local researcher shares insights on the ongoing discoveries, explaining how remote and unexplored areas continue to yield surprises. The Galapagos Islands, made famous by Charles Darwin, are still revealing their secrets today. Each island has its own unique ecosystem, and new species continue to emerge from these volcanic outcrops. From the smallest finch to the largest tortoise, the islands offer a window into evolution in real time. Recently, scientists discovered a new species of pink iguana, an evolutionary marvel hidden in plain sight. The islands of Papua New Guinea are among the least explored in the world. Their impenetrable rainforests and rugged terrain have protected a treasure trove of undiscovered species. In 2022, scientists exploring a remote mountain range uncovered dozens of new species, including a giant, brightly colored tree frog and a stunning orchid that had never been seen before. Visual, close-up shots of the new species, including the vibrantly colored tree frog and newly discovered plant life. Deep in the heart of nature, field biologists embark on extraordinary journeys to uncover the secrets of the wild. These remote areas, often cloaked in thick vegetation or shrouded in mist, pose considerable challenges for researchers determined to study the delicate ecosystems within. The path to discovery is often fraught with obstacles. Dense foliage can obscure trails, while steep, rocky terrains demand acute physical endurance and careful navigation. Each step into the unknown is both a test of resilience and a promise of adventure. But the allure of the undiscovered is magnetic. Upon setting foot in untouched landscapes, these explorers experience a rush of anticipation. Every rustle in the underbrush signals the presence of life, and the vibrant colors of the flora captivate the senses. Armed with field notebooks and cameras, biologists are always ready to document the rich tapestry of life around them. Each plant, insect, or animal becomes a potential revelation, waiting to be identified and studied. Amidst the sweat and toil, the thrill of finding something entirely new fuels their dedication. When a creature emerges from the shadows or a peculiar plant reveals itself among the undergrowth, it ignites a spark of exhilaration. Discovering a new species, one that has remained hidden from the world, transforms exhaustion into elation. This moment of triumph underscores the significance of their work, reminding them of the rich diversity of life that has yet to be explored, cataloged, and understood. Yet, with each new finding comes the responsibility to preserve these ecosystems. Field biologists embrace this dual role of discoverer and guardian. They are acutely aware that the fragile balance of these environments can be disrupted by external forces. Thus, their work extends beyond mere observation. It encompasses conservation efforts aimed at protecting the habitats they study. Each expedition is a dedication, not only to science, but to the very essence of life itself, urging future generations to understand and value the wonders of nature. The challenges of accessing remote areas are tough, but the explosion of joy that follows each discovery makes the struggles worthwhile. For field biologists, every venture into the wild is a symphony of hardship and triumph, painting a vivid picture of the awe-inspiring world around us. From the mountains to the depths of forests, their pursuit of knowledge remains unyielding, illuminating the importance of biodiversity and igniting a passion that reverberates through the halls of scientific inquiry. The islands of Southeast Asia hold some of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet, yet many remain poorly explored. These hidden ecosystems are home to creatures like the bizarre leaf-nosed bat and newly discovered species of sea slugs. In 2019, on a tiny island in the Philippines, researchers discovered a new species of giant rat. Adapted to live off coconuts, this nocturnal rodent had escaped detection for centuries. Visual footage of the giant rat and newly discovered sea creatures like the fluorescent sea slug, along with researcher commentary on their ecological significance. Island habitats are more than just scenic landscapes. They are critical sanctuaries for unique species that thrive in isolation. Researchers emphasize that these ecosystems hold the key to understanding biodiversity and the intricate web of life. Islands often host flora and fauna found nowhere else on Earth, making them treasure troves of evolutionary history and biological research. The distinctiveness of island species arises from their isolated environments, where specific challenges and opportunities shape their evolution. For instance, an island's limited space and resources often lead to specialized adaptations. This phenomenon, known as adaptive radiation, allows certain species to flourish in various ecological niches, thriving in ways that mainland counterparts cannot. Local researchers have observed that these specialized traits contribute to the. While the discovery of new species is exciting, many are under threat from human activities. Islands are especially vulnerable to environmental changes, as their ecosystems are small and isolated. From habitat destruction to the introduction of invasive species, many newly discovered animals are already on the brink of extinction. With advancements in technology, we are now better equipped than ever to explore remote islands and their hidden ecosystems. Drones, satellite imagery, and advanced genetic tools are helping scientists uncover species we never knew existed. Who knows what strange and wonderful creatures await us on the most isolated landmasses of our planet? Remote islands offer a glimpse into the unknown. As we continue to discover new species, we are reminded of how much we still have to learn about the natural world. But with discovery comes responsibility. These islands are fragile, and the creatures that call them home are at risk of disappearing forever. It's up to us to ensure that these newly discovered species thrive and continue to inspire future generations. Deep in the heart of South America lies a legend that has captivated the world for centuries, a lost city overflowing with gold. Known as El Dorado, the myth of the City of Gold has lured explorers, treasure hunters, and dreamers into the wilderness in search of untold riches. But what is the truth behind this legendary place? The story of El Dorado began not as a city but as a man. Spanish conquistadors, after hearing rumors from the indigenous peoples of Colombia, believed they had found the key to unimaginable wealth. The legend originated from the ritual of the Muisca people, who would cover their chief in gold dust and send him to the middle of Lake Guatavita to make offerings to the gods. In the heart of the Andes, the Muisca people practiced intricate rituals that were steeped in spirituality and connection to the earth. Their ceremonies, rich with meaning, celebrated life, death, and the elements, drawing on centuries of tradition. Central to these rituals was the concept of a sacred lagoon where offerings were made, reflecting the Muisca's respect for nature and their quest for balance. Yet, when the Spanish conquistadors arrived, they misconstrued these rituals, leading to a transformation of cultural understanding and perception, a misinterpretation that would birth the legend of El Dorado. The Spanish, driven by greed for gold and riches, did not see the sacredness in the Muisca's practices. Instead, they saw only the gleam of gold, misreading the ceremonial offerings as evidence of a vast, wealthy empire waiting to be seized. The Muisca king, adorned in gold dust, would be portrayed in exaggerated tales as a ruler of untold riches, leading the Spanish to concoct visions of a great city overflowing with gold and gemstones. This folklore reached an enchanting height, capturing the imagination of the European world, yet distorting the profound significance of the Muisca rituals. As the story of El Dorado spread, explorers and treasure hunters set out to uncover this fabled city, often facing harrowing journeys that tested their limits. In their search, they traversed jungles and mountains, yet the Golden City remained elusive, a mirage shaped by misunderstanding. The name El Dorado, meaning the Golden One, came to represent not just a place, but also the unattainable dreams and desires of those who pursued it. In the end, what was once a sacred ceremony had transformed into an enduring myth that echoed through time, obscuring the truth of the Muisca culture. This false narrative carried consequences, often leading to violence and devastation for native communities as their lands were invaded in search of phantom treasure. The tale of El Dorado serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers of misunderstanding and appropriation. The Muisca rituals were not tales of gold or empires. They were rich expressions of identity, spirituality, and connection to the world. By revisiting and recognizing these rituals, we not only honor the Muisca legacy, but also challenge the enduring myths that continue to cloud our perceptions of history and indigenous cultures. In shedding light on the truth behind El Dorado, we reclaim a narrative that respects the profound significance of rituals that are inherently sacred. The legend of El Dorado set off a frenzy of expeditions during the 16th and 17th centuries. One of the most famous was led by Sir Walter Raleigh, who ventured deep into the Orinoco River basin in present-day Venezuela, convinced that the Golden City lay hidden in the heart of the jungle. Raleigh was not alone. Spanish conquistadors like Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana embarked on perilous journeys, facing starvation, disease, and hostile encounters. Yet despite their efforts, none found a city made of gold. While the Grand City of Gold remains a myth, the indigenous peoples of South America, such as the Muisca and Inca, were master goldsmiths. The gold they worked was not only a symbol of wealth, but also had religious and cultural significance. The golden raft discovered in Lake Guatavita is not just an artifact. It's a portal to a forgotten world where shimmering treasures held profound meanings. This exquisite relic, drenched in folklore and mystery, captivated European explorers and ignited their imaginations. They envisioned a civilization steeped in wealth and abundance, where gold was akin to divinity and power. Tales of El Dorado, the fabled city of gold, became echoes of a relentless pursuit, driving adventurers deep into unknown lands with dreams of riches clouding their judgment. Yet, for the native peoples, Gold embodied a different narrative entirely. It was not a currency or a symbol of wealth, but a conduit to their spirituality, a means to honor their gods. Gold was interwoven into the cultural fabric, used in rituals that celebrated life, nature, and the cycles of existence. Each gleaming item crafted was a testament to their reverence for deities, transforming precious metals into vibrant symbols of their beliefs and traditions. As European explorers unearthed these treasures, they often overlooked the stories that came with them. They saw only the shimmering surface, failing to appreciate the deep-rooted significance these artifacts held within the hearts of the indigenous people. What appeared as a bounty of wealth to outsiders was actually a manifestation of a rich spiritual heritage. The golden raft, while a stunning find, was merely one piece of a larger cultural puzzle that spoke of creation, ritual, and respect for the cosmos. The contrast between the civilizations could not be starker. For the Europeans, treasure meant power, conquest, and riches. For the natives, it represented a connection to the divine. This disparity led to a tragic misunderstanding that fueled colonial exploits. The relentless quest for gold often resulted in the erosion of indigenous cultures and identities, overshadowing their reverence and reducing their creations to mere curiosities in the eyes of the conquerors. So could El Dorado have been a metaphor? A symbol of the rich cultures and civilizations that the Europeans never fully understood? Even today, the search for El Dorado continues. Modern explorers equipped with advanced technology comb the dense rainforests of Colombia, Venezuela, and Brazil, hoping to uncover remnants of the myth. Some believe that the city of gold might be hidden in the Amazon's vast unexplored regions. The legend of a city made entirely of gold has captivated explorers and dreamers for centuries, inspiring countless expeditions into the heart of uncharted territories. While the literal city may remain elusive, the pursuit reveals much about the indigenous peoples who thrived long before European contact. Each expedition serves as a doorway to understanding the complexities and sophistication of these ancient cultures, challenging the notion that they were primitive societies. The tales of the golden cities, often linked to the fabled El Dorado, were fueled by early explorers' desires for wealth and glory. Yet, these narratives also hint at the advanced social structures and economies that existed among indigenous communities. Beyond the tales of gold, archaeological discoveries highlight intricate trade routes, elaborate rituals, and a deep connection to the land. The indigenous peoples cultivated crops, crafted pottery, and constructed impressive monuments that reveal their ingenuity and resilience. Expeditions into the dense jungles and treacherous mountains continue to uncover relics that hint at these past civilizations. From ancient temples adorned with intricate carvings to remnants of sophisticated agricultural systems, each finding enriches our understanding of pre-Columbian life. Researchers dive into these remnants, piecing together the stories encoded in layers of soil and stone, illuminating the deep cultural tapestry that was woven by these communities. The pursuit of the mythical city of gold also serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of colonization. While European explorers sought riches, they brought devastation to vibrant cultures, often leading to the erasure of their histories. Thus, as modern adventurers search for gold, it is imperative to reflect on the impact of their quests on these communities and to approach the study of their history with respect and sensitivity. Could the search for El Dorado be more about understanding the rich history and culture of South America than finding gold? For centuries, El Dorado has stood as a symbol of greed, mystery, and adventure. While the physical city may never have existed, the legacy of El Dorado is very real, a tale woven from the dreams of explorers and the cultures of the New World. The true treasure, perhaps, is the history and heritage of the people who inspired the legend. Will El Dorado ever be found? Perhaps its true location lies not in the jungle but within the stories we carry forward.